What's up, Blue Jay fans? Rob Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast back for my first game recap of this 2017 season, the one that already has me on edge, pulling out my hair. The Milwaukee Brewers are at the Rogers Center. The Brewers 2-5 against the Jays 1-5. The Jays have never started 1-6 on a season, but we'll see how this goes. Wily Peralta on the mound. He threw 5 shutout innings his first start of the year against J.A. Happ, who took the loss in 7 solid innings, struck out 8. The Jays offense ranked 29th so far in the season. The pitching staff is 24th. Starters are 23rd, bullpen 14th. I think a lot of that, aside from the starting staff, will play out, though these numbers mean nothing this early in the season, so I'm not going to hit on them too much. Just to give you the figures, Milwaukee's offense comes in 14th overall in MLB. The starters are 25th, and the pen is 14th overall. Some news and notes on the game to get started. Josh Donaldson did not play this game, though he was available to pinch hit. He did receive his Silver Slugger Award to begin the season, so congrats to him. I believe that's his second in his career, maybe more. And Ryan Goins is in at third base for Josh Donaldson. The offense has been awful this year. Josh Donaldson has been the only guy who's been hitting. And I mean that literally. He's been the only guy. You do have Tulowitzki, who's driven in 6, and Kendrys Morales is driven in 6 as well. So they've provided the offense in that way, but neither of them are hitting. Morales, 208, 713 OPS. Tulo is a disgusting 125 batting average and a 452 OPS. What has happened to that guy? The highest average is below Donaldson, who slashes 348, 444, and 652. You have 278 average, 273 average, then it drops to 250, 208, 200, and then a bunch in the 100s. It's really an awful start. Russ Martin is 0 for 14 on the season, and he is not getting any younger. All right, so game on. Top of the first, Milwaukee leads it off. Second man up to the plate, Keon Broxton hits a 375-foot home run to deep left. Travis Shaw then triples, and he is scored on a Domingo Santiago single. That's 2-0 for the Brewers. Top of the first, Blue Jays do respond with one of their own in the bottom off a Batista walk. Kendrys Morales singled, and that was followed by a double by Tulowitzki, who drove in another. He has been clutch despite the lack of hitting with the RBIs. Score 2-1. Top of the third now, Milwaukee gets back on the board on a fielder's choice by Travis Shaw, scores Keon Broxton. Milwaukee 3-1, and the Blue Jays respond again in their bottom half of the third. Travis walked, and he scored on another Tulo sac fly, so that's a couple ribbies right there for Tulo. 3-2. Blue Jays down till Milwaukee in the third. Top of the fifth, Milwaukee extends their lead 4-2 on a Domingo Santana 361-foot home run deep to right field at the Rogers Center. That makes it 4-2. 4-3, the Blue Jays again in the bottom half of their fifth. This was a just matching each other on the top half and the bottom half of each inning, the first, the third, and the fifth. Tulo with his third RBI of the game. He doubled in Morales. Those two were the only people who'd put up anything in this game, and that's how it ended. We did see a little drama with Josh Donaldson coming in to pitch hit in the bottom of the ninth, so it was good to see him. He did strike out, though, and that ended the ball game. He did not end the ball game, but he was part of the shitty ninth inning that did end the ball game. Milwaukee's offense, Keon Broxton, 2 for 5 with a home run, a steal, 2 runs. Domingo Santana, 2 for 4, a home run, 2 ribbies. Travis Shaw, 1 for 5, ribby and a run. And Manny Pena, 3 for 4, the catcher for the Brewers. Milwaukee hit 282 for the game, 11 for 38, scored 4 runs, 2 ribbies, 2 home runs, 2 steals, 1 walk, 13 Ks. They left 15 men on base. Wily Peralta got the win. He went to 2-0 with 6 strong innings, 5 hits, 3 ones, 4 walks, and 7 Ks. Is that strong? I don't know. No, that's not strong, really. That's a 4.50 ERA and a 1.50 WHIP, so that's actually quite shitty. But not bad. He got the job done. He got the win. Jacob Barnes came in, tossed an inning. Corey Nebel. I don't know how to say his fucking name. Both of them threw a shutout inning. Both got a hold. And then Neftali Feliz came in chalking 101 miles an hour at one point. Did reach 100 as well, 99 on a couple times. He tossed an inning, got the K, did strike out Donaldson in that inning, and picked up his second save of the year with one blown save. The Jays offense, pathetic again, just 5 for 31, 3 runs, 5 walks, 10 Ks, 13 men left on base, all 5 hits from 2 guys. Kendrys Morales was 3 for 4 with a run, bumped his average from 208 to 286, so he's back in the good. Troy Tulowitzki was 2 for 3 with 3 ribbies. I mean, he's been clutch with the ribbies, so let's give him that despite all the other peripherals that are shit balls. Devin Travis dropped to he was 0-4. His average is close to 100. He did score a run. He walked. Batista, hitless. He did score a run and he walked. His average close to 100 as well. Pierce was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. He dropped to 158. Russ Martin remained hitless. He's now 0 for 18 to start the season. And I said Josh Donaldson 0 for 1 with a K. The Jays pitching staff, J.A. Happ, was not good today. 4 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 8 Ks. That was the only bright spot. But he did give up 2 bombs. He dropped to 0-2 on the season. His ERA now 5.4 with a 1.20 WHIP. But again, after 2 starts, let's not look into these stats too deeply. The bullpen was strong tonight. Joe Smith, Joe Biagini, Jason Grilli, and Roberto Osuna. Great to see him back. All pitched a shutout inning. Grilli and Osuna each gave up a hit. Combined, the bullpen went 4 innings, 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and 5 Ks. So good for them. That was a nice sign to see. Tomorrow, they're back at it. Brewers now 3-5 on the season. The Blue Jays dropped to 1-6, the first time they have ever started 1-6, and they are now have lost 6 straight home openers. Chase Anderson on the hill for the Brewers against Marcus Stroman, who is 1-0. That's a 7:07 start Eastern time, 8:07 Atlantic, 8:37 Newfie. People, be up for that. And they have 4 one-run losses on the season. Could you say, well, they could just flip that around? That's no worry. They're just going to flip that around. I don't think they have this team to do that. I've said it in my previous videos, my preseason videos. I don't like this team at all. I'm going to try not to stay negative and on Twitter and just harp on it, but I just don't like this team at all. I see their bullpen just as shitty as it was last year. I see their offense shittier than it was last year, and they didn't fix any of the problems they have. Left-handed power. Their on-base percentage will probably be worse as a team, so they're not going to get guys on base to move them around, to drive them in. It's just again, a one-dimensional, shitty offense. When you got Justin Smoke as your starting first baseman, that's a bad sign. When you have no depth to your offense, you have Ryan Goins coming in to play third base, that's a bad sign. Darwin Barney to come in and play third base, that's a bad sign. You got Jose Batista out in right field who's going to get injured. Where's the depth there? And you know what? I don't want to sound negative, but I didn't want Jose Batista this year either. I didn't understand the point of it. I wanted them to ditch this whole season, get a good draft pick, and really build around the younger pitchers on this team, build the offense in the same age group. Let Dalton Pompey play, even if he can't. Who gives a fuck? What are you going to get out of Batista? Even if he gives you 25 home runs. So what? Where's he going to be next year? They're not catching the Red Sox. They're not catching the Chicago Cubs. They're not catching Houston even. They're not one of the top teams. And I've heard an American and a Canadian commentator, both commenting on how the Blue Jays are going to be in the World Series this year. I'm like, where the fuck do you guys... Who is paying you guys? Anyway, we'll see if I'm right or wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I don't see the upside of this team at all. Again, injuries, where's the depth? Where's the depth on offense? There's none of it. But anyway, that's all I have to say for tonight, and we will be back tomorrow with another game day recap. Thanks for joining.